tree shall grow 100 leaves, the colourless beehive paid 2,000 eyes. 1 in 30 bees bring home pollen, to make elixir, from which stingers erect. I had Neon write this verse for me with her Lovely Ghostwriter. It predicts the future of this channel. The tree represents the channel itself, 100 leaves meaning 100 subscribers. If beehives are my videos, then the colourless ones would be the one about Mei-lan, the chameleon. Being paid 2,000 eyes, of course, meaning 2,000 views. This part already came true. Bees bringing home pollen are viewers who subscribe, so for every 30 views on this video I should gain 1 subscriber at least. And the pollen elixir erecting stingers is stating that your subscription will cause your penis to grow to a good length of 7.5 inches. Same applies for females. Scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, basically. So, Neon Nostrad, or Nostradamus, the immature, naive mafia daughter who tried to act grown up in order to swoon and impress the handsome spider-head Crollo. Her power is portrayed to be capable of predicting the future with 100% accuracy, making the story of the Phantom Troop arc feel quite ABC, but I call bullshit on her ability. The chrysanthemum withers and falls, to lay on the ground beside bloody scarlet eyes, but you will remain supreme, even after losing half your limbs. In Asia, the chrysanthemum is the symbol of a long and happy life. But whose life is it talking about? Uvo is already dead, so it cannot be referring to the notion of a death occurring within the troop. How about Crollo's? No, it says he will remain supreme. What it probably means is that the spider itself will wither and fall with Kurapika. As Crollo says, and Franklin, the image of the spider essentially has a life of its own. An individual member dying doesn't mean the spider is dead, but Kurapika's effects on the troop may well do just that. But even if this theory of the death of the spider is untrue, essentially what we can definitely take from this is that Kurapika and Hisoka will kill half the troop. Now, is this really possible? Kurapika is pretty blatantly a one-on-one fighter, and Hisoka can take on very few combinations of the troop insomuch as a 2-on-1. Even the non-fighters of the troop are terrifyingly powerful. Kortopi and Machi had the confidence to square up to Finks and Phaeton, and Machi didn't say, "We'll stall them," she said, "We'll stop them." Admittedly, Phaeton found that a bit insulting, but it's not like they're all bark. Machi had no problem declaring that she'd kill Hisoka even if he turned out to be capable of killing Crollo. In short, the troop are no joke, and neither Kurapika nor Hisoka really have the means to take on multiple members at once. They both have their hands full with a single opponent, so just how are they meant to kill 6 of them? Well, instead of theorizing that, let's take a closer look at Neon's power. Her Nen ability is based on something that exists in the real world: fortune telling. Togashi is a writer who undertakes massive research when mimicking real-world things, be it G7 politics, darts, antiques doctoring, finances, I'm assuming Saudi royalty in the Arabian Nights books. So what is fortune telling all about? Well, in the West, we think of it as peering down a linear series of events and seeing what's to come. But as described by Eastern mystics who discovered this shit and retell what they witnessed, there is a network of energy, sort of like a blueprint, and this blueprint covers the past, present, and future. This network, as portrayed by a giant tree-like pillar of light in Attack on Titan, and even spoken about briefly in Code Geass, is called the Akashic Network, a giant web of information. This web moves and shifts and taints continuously. The future, particularly the more distant future, is shown in various possibilities that switch and readjust their balance non-stop. Therefore, if Neon existed in the real world, it would be impossible that her predictions were 100% reliable. I mean, this is sort of implied just in the fact that you can avoid her predictions coming true by adhering to the clues in her poems and avoiding particular situations. Your fate is not portrayed to be unavoidable. It's not set in stone. So then why is her track record amongst the Mafia so spotless? Why has she never given an incorrect reading? Well, the more complex, nuanced, deep, spontaneous and intelligent a person is, the more possible paths there are that they may take. An idiot will be easily swayed by threats and other circumstantial influences, making their futures far more likely to go in a particular direction. This would make the average Mafia goon's future a lot easier to predict than Crollo's. Think of it this way: a simple person is like a coin. There are only 2 possible ways for it to land. Crollo is like a 20-sided dice, with roughly equally sized faces. Now here's the key that enables this great misunderstanding to happen. Lovely Ghostwriter can only write down one version of the potential future. This is what causes the dangerous illusion and, actually, the potential for the NMBs to write something down that is straight up unlikely to even occur in the first place. For instance, let's say Krollo has 9 likely futures ahead. One has a 20% chance of occurring, whereby half of the spiders die along with Kurapika. And in all other 8 futures, each with a 10% chance of occurring, Krollo simply one-shots Kurapika before he gets the chance to kill anyone at all. Despite this meaning that there is an 80% chance that Kurapika will die in vain, Neon's poem will claim that Kurapika is about to wipe out half of the troop. It is therefore impossible to know, really, whether Krollo was in any major danger to begin with. It may well be that the only reason Pakunoda even died was because Neon caused Krollo to second guess himself, and this nuance is a part of what makes the Phantom Troop arc the most perfectly written in Hunter x Hunter. Not necessarily the most impressive in terms of storytelling feats, the Chimera arc and subsequent manga arcs certainly achieve more in that regard, but it is the most pristine. Like comparing a wonky $200 million mansion to a cute and perfect village cottage. The Phantom Troop arc is near perfection in its design. The entire thing is a grey area full of unanswerable nuances and questions that even Togashi wouldn't be able to answer. Togashi may have entered into some sort of writer's samadhi as he put this arc to paper. In fact, my only criticism of it is the very slight unsavouriness in which Uvogin violently massacred the Mafia. A colossal scene, absolutely thrilling, just taken a teeny weeny bit into unnecessary violence which comes across distasteful and makes it unrealistic that the Mafia didn't just nope back into their Mercedes a bit sooner. Anyways, I'm rambling. End of the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, bell, and you could win. You could win. So do it. Do it. Don't click off. I mean it. Do it.